Good morning, and welcome back to One on One with Dr. Brooks. We've been off the airways for quite some time, and so it's such an honor to be back in front of you and to share stories of the kids and the great things that happen here in Shelby County. Today, I have the pleasure and honor of introducing a student that I've known for quite some time who I am truly inspired by, someone um, who is a great ambassador for Shelby County Schools. And I'm here today at Shelby County High School in Columbiana, and I'd like for you all to meet Sarah Elizabeth Shelton. Sarah Elizabeth, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, I have to share something with you first, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So, you and I have known each other for quite some time.
Yes.
So, I want to share this picture of the first time we
Oh my
met.
goodness.
You were 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
All right. So, the next phase in my relationship with you is this picture. You were 14, I
Yes. I was in eighth grade.
think. Eighth grade.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. And the final picture.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Little Mermaid.
that you are. Ariel in full Ariel dress.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I share those with you because that is in many respects just a testament to how long we've known each other and um, how much I love and appreciate who you are and what you've meant to Shelby County Schools. So, for those of you who may not know, I met Sarah Elizabeth when she was 11. She was a fifth grade student at the time, and she spoke at our Showcase of Schools, which has become an annual event for Shelby County Schools. I wish I could go back in time and you could see her presentation because I don't know that anyone in the time that we've had this event has stood up and spoken in front of people with so much poise, with so much confidence as she did when she was 11. In fact, she was asked to come back to Regions, and I think you spoke in front of their board of directors. So, tell us, Sarah Elizabeth, your memory of those events, but also I think I'm just intrigued at, how this little 11-year-old kid was able to stand up and have such amazing platform skills.
Well, thank you. My biggest mentor and advocate at my school at the time, Elvin Hill, was my GRC teacher, Miss Martha Bentley. She helped me write all of my speeches and kind of plugged me into those opportunities. And I just remember I loved it. I loved getting to be an ambassador for our school system. Um, and I believed in what I was speaking in about the 7 habits, and it was a really fun time at a young age to get to see all the great things that were going on in our county and get to kind of speak on behalf of our little elementary school and say
Yeah.
like we are doing such a good job all over Shelby County to
Right.
raise our children to be leaders and to not be afraid to speak their minds.
That's right.
And our teachers are also just wonderful. So,
Yeah, yeah, and in many respects, it was the beginning of some of the things that we do now because we really want to hear the voices of our students because you guys become our biggest stakeholders. So that was a really cool moment. But as you can tell from seeing those pictures, I was quite impressed, and of course, just having the journey of watching you grow up and develop and getting to know your family has been tremendous. One of the pictures was a moment when you were Alabama Gifted Student of the Year. It was a
yes,
special moment for you.
yes, it was.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, recently you've had the lead in the school play here, The Little Mermaid, which we will flesh out another time. Um, but I just want to ask, what do you love about your school and community? What do you want people to know about Columbiana and Shelby County High School?
That we are a hidden gem. I think we're small in numbers, but we have so much talent, even in our grade, in my grade, the junior class alone. And I feel like this school is kind of like a family. Like we're all close. There's not a time that I'm in the hallway and I don't recognize people. All the teachers know most everyone by name. And I just love that we're such a close knit group of people.
Yeah, I think it's that special too, and I think the sentiment of a hidden gem. I think it hits it right on the mark. And I've been here for events, and I've been blown away at the talent, the individual talent, the collective talent. So lots of really cool kids in this building. So um, talk to or speak to an individual. I know you spoke of Miss Bentley,
Hmm.
who of course is a retired teacher,
Yes.
but speak to individuals or someone who inspires you.
Um, well, Mr. Jason Mayfield, who's at Columbiana Middle School, he continues to inspire me. Um, he nominated me for the Alabama Gifted Student of the Year, and I was in his class 6th grade through 8th grade. And then when I got to the high school, Miss Kirkendall and Miss Myrick inspire me on the daily. Their classes are my favorite time of the day, and any time that I come into the auditorium to work with them, this is my favorite space in the whole school. They pour so much into us, and they really help us strive to be excellent in both of their programs. Um, and then an academic teacher here who inspires me is Mr. Baker. He made me fall in love with English when I've always loved math and science more. And next year, I'm actually kind of going away from dual enrollment so that I can take his class just because I want to have him my senior year. So he really inspires me as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, I know that you're involved with Youth Leadership Shelby County.
Yes.
I know leadership is important to you.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Tell me what that means to you.
To me, being a leader is not being afraid to go after what you want, and it's also to lead by example, even when no one is watching and no one is standing with you. Um, at Leadership Shelby County, during our class days, we've learned a lot about leaders throughout our county and how it makes our county so great. And so I feel like being a leader who's also involved in in the schools like you are, I love that example that you leave for us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But being a leader that is not afraid to stand for what they believe in and go after what they want.
Yes, yes. Extremely important. So, kind of a change in thought. What do you feel like, and this I think will be helpful to me as a leader, what do you feel is the greatest challenge that high school students face these days?
Having to stand alone. I think if you think that something is right, having to just stand up for what you believe in and not let others waver your opinion, and hopefully your stance will encourage others to do the same, but sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you do have to stand alone, and that's hard.
It is hard. Sometimes there are criticisms,
Hmm.
there's, social media, all of that kind of, you know, sometimes can exacerbate negativity.
Yes.
I agree with you. You have to stand tall and believe what you believe and move forward. So thank you for answering that question. Um, this you're closing out your junior year, um, stepping into a senior year. What do you see as your future plans?
um I am probably going to be going to the University of Alabama. That's kind of where I'm thinking. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to be when I grow up. I just know that I want to do something creative, um, where I'm working hard, but I'm not feeling like I'm working because I'm enjoying what I do. That's like my ultimate goal. I just want to be able to be creative and enjoy what I'm doing.
Sure, sure. Well, and it's okay that you don't know now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, a couple of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite subject?
English.
English. What's your favorite lunch?
Um, Grilled chicken and tater tots.
Okay. Christmas break or spring break?
Christmas break. I like the weather of spring break better, but Christmas break is longer. So,
I got you. Well, Sarah Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm really honored to be able to tell your story. And I'm more blessed that we've been able to have this long-standing relationship. And certainly you have someone in your corner, someone who cares very much about you and your future. And I'm just grateful that I've had this interaction with you, and I've seen you grow up and grow into the young lady that you are becoming, and it will be interesting to see what life holds for you. So thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for, as you mentioned, being an ambassador for Shelby County Schools at such a young age. I think you represent us so well, and it's a testament to your school, your community, and certainly your family. So thank you for joining this podcast today. I think the greater Shelby County needs to know who Sarah Elizabeth Shelton is.
thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank you, everyone, for joining us on this episode of One on One with Dr. Brooks. Another example of outstanding students in our schools. And we look forward to sharing more about other students and more about schools and communities that you may not be as familiar with, but is a testament to the great things in Shelby County. So thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again on One with Dr. Brooks. Take care.